in this group on Inferno. And it's one that, you know, it's not one of their go-to picks, but it's one they're very comfortable on, as most teams are.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a map that's derived primarily off of fundamentals. And I think this is truly one of the more 50-50 maps we have in the pool. I think it is slightly leaning T-side, though, at the moment. And that is exactly where G2 OYA are going to begin their campaign in this best of 3. A lot of utility for NAVI Javelins, a couple of flashes, and obviously all the dual Berettas.
Yeah, ramziiN's been given task of holding the utility for the T side. Oh, Hanker's going to get a bit of information. Nice flashbang, nice shot. Beautiful way to kick things off.
Yeah, already just going for a set play. I really like this pistol round in particular that G2 are running. Basically, you have the boost just in case players are going to push down Banana from Na'Vi, but the actual hit came in from top brackets, which means now you need to go toe-to-toe potentially with Hanker. 3 players here for Na'Vi. And kyossa thought about going around the corner, but thinks better of it. The entirety of G2 are going to reset through second middle.
With this triple setup, though, it's going to be so hard to bust past. Particularly because you've got vicu up there with the dual Berettas ready to take contact. Look at this position. They're going to be actually coming straight to her. ramziiN, it looks like she's going to be setting up flashbangs, so we'll see if vicu is in a good position to dodge them. Might not even need it. Angelica's found one, vicu with another, and they get eaten apart. That position, playing close to the door, completely negates that flashbang. Grassy now has to try and see if she can put something together in this 1 versus 4, but with her position known, chances very limited.
Yeah, this is now just a case of damage. There's a world in which the kill's found on towards Letty, and you can hightail it in towards B. Hello, USP on the floor. That means the longer range engagements might be a little bit easier for Cressy, and she will find Letty. Needs to get past Liina. And plant safe for oranges. Okay, bomb plant guaranteed. Not quite.
Oh.
Didn't tuck into the corner enough. If she had taken one, honestly, pixel to the left-hand side, then that would have been a bomb down. That would have been a really good recovered situation for G2. A little bit more extra money in their pockets, but considering now you don't have the bomb plant money, you're probably going to be forced onto an eco.
I was going to say, that was such a great attempt, finding the gap where she could actually get the bomb down, but oh, that's unfortunate. That half a second, couple of pixels, that's the difference. And that's the difference between being able to force or not into this round for the T side. Just going to be glocking it up. It's a collection of glocks.
It is a muddle of MP9s, and in fact, they get a little bit confused on Banana. Liina will find a couple, however, swapping to the Julies, making it look like light work, nearly the ace, but not quite. Giuliano hasn't got the HP to contend with vicu, wide swing in that corner. NAVI Javelins, yeah, sure, it was only against Glocks, but they made it look easy.
Liina going cowgirl mode. Pew, 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 pew. Easy peas. You kind of would have loved those kills in the MP9, but hey, whatever. You just like getting the kills. Gets herself a M4 off the back of it. She could have reloaded. I get it. Damn, that was so close to getting the ace too.
This is the bonus, and there was a lot of MP9s invested into that previous for NAVI Javelins. So the Arsenal's actually better well equipped for G2 OYA. I like this. These nades are going to go down towards the underpass, straight onto ramziiN's head. That's really cool. As well as Liina just establishing control in towards Banana. But why I think that's really cool is because those nades, the origins of those nades came from the We Play Academy League. So now we're seeing different blends. That came from Young Ninjas. So we've now seen nade sets being implemented not only from the male scene, but we've also got our women's strategies and also bringing things over from the academy. What a blend.
Yum, yum, yum. Well, this one's a little bit rough. ramziiN gets blown out the server. Banana gets demolished solo by Liina. A little bit of support from utility, of course, but she found all the headshots. Now Na'Vi can just chill. Collect themselves some AKs for their troubles. kyossa might be about to deliver another Kalashnikov. Might be able to get something here, but this setup is pretty impossible to get past. So many angles you have to clear, and oh no, the timing could not have been worse.
Yeah, I had the lighter come out on the Molotov.
Which ones do you hear? I feel like you don't hear all of them, right?
Yeah, I
don't remember which
I'm
ones
not
you
sure.
hear.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll fact check it, but I imagine there was a sound cue there or something for Letty just to swing. Because they were very rigid in that setup. Very clean. That was a gun round that was even just a little bit of a bonus. Look at the buy for the CT side of NAVI. They've transformed all of their MP9s into AKs.
Yeah, fact checking.
All right. Nice.
I don't think any grenade pins can be heard. I think that's one of those like things that people think can be heard. I feel silly that I don't have this information to hand.
That's fine. Let's just move on. GTO, yeah, they've brushed themselves off and they're trying to go for a similar play in the pistol. The issue is you've got this really tight-knit crossfire that everyone is contributing from. Hanker chimes in with one. It's vicu and Angelica with a double up. 4-0 and 0 bomb plants for G2 OYA.
0 deaths for Angelica and vicu as well. We want to keep talking about zeros. Now you got ramziiN on the AWP. She's looking to get that one activated, as the last time she had a rifle, she just got blown up. Or she could even shoot it. The best way to start things off. She's getting pretty active in towards mid, but smoked on off. Not going to be able to get a fight here. Very active position with the AWP, actually.
Good thing for G2 is they actually have got good banana space this time. Not been challenged by NAVI. It's a lot more passive. ramziiN out with the AWP as well. This is a little bit difficult to try and navigate, especially on the T side of Inferno. But posted up on towards long, hoping for a peek. But where the banana players are so passive, it also means the A players are going to be turtled up a little bit more. Once again, vicu, Angelica, Hanker. Just having an invisible line that runs parallel all between them, so no one really oversteps. vicu going to be the first point of contact here at long.
I hope they remember they left the bomb behind. It'd be very classic G2 as an organization to not have it. Okay, someone's got back to pick it up.
Oh, this gap.
Big gap, and vicu exploits it. Executing towards B. Liina has to boost it up and not quite able to get in a position, but just comes off the edge while they swing on through. Letty's aim was a bit wild, but that shot wasn't. Trades are there, but it keeps the advantage for NAVI. Bomb about to come into the site, being planted by kyossa. You got ramziiN in the post line with York. They're just fighting on through though, trying to charge them down. ramziiN left alone, looking for kills there over the top of her, and she's not ready for it.
Well played. Really well played by NAVI Javelins. The reason for going for that flash play there, rather than doing anything a little bit more passive, is because the rotations were so fast. Even though G2 were able to kill those players on the bomb site, NAVI Javelins were in really close proximity just to explode. The last thing I think you expect, if you're that T side, if you're G2, is to immediately be under pressure again. So the flashbang just goes over to support. A run through the smoke, especially with the player advantage, just knocks down the bomb. Just makes it really uncomfortable. G2, oh yeah, this has not been the start they would have wanted, especially on their map pick.
This flash at least prevents vicu from getting the peak that she was clearly wanting, and they're going fast. Juliana was scaled up quickly. vicu is here though, and she's going to be slowly coming back around that porch side. Zaz catches her. That smoke actually gave her a bit of a screen to work with. G2 with an opener, something they've been struggling for. They had 3 players leading over towards B for the CTs. Means Hanker is currently alone, but dropped that smoke just to slow them down. G2 are taking a pause, and that's allowed all these rotations to come on over.
Even the flash to allow Letty to come and peek out of long alongside Angelka. Anka's now just re-walking. Contact playing towards top mid with the support of all of her team. Look at this. It's a complete collapse. And there's only one kill in return for G2. That's really well worked there by NAVI. Cressy, clean headshot, but hasn't really got the HP to work with in the 1 versus 2. Especially with Letty playing another off angle round the corner. In fact, gives Cressy a little bit of an opportunity, but one bullet away from death is all it will take. And Letty will compose herself to lock that in. 6-0, but slowly signs of life here for G2.
Yeah, great opener coming through. Just couldn't quite capitalize off it though. I think with NAVI is, you know, that when they're in that sort of disadvantaged position, particularly on a map like Inferno, they're going to make those decisions where they try and regain that control so that they can have their pieces in the right place when the hit comes through. So they want to check out top mid, see who's still hanging around, and they find a cornucopia of G2 players. First tactical comes through for G2. I think this one's a bit more of just a mental reset, Wem. You know you don't have a full buy here. You probably got a halfie. Kind of thinking ahead the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, obviously, if you compare that gun round to the first one, G2 OYA get more space. There you get the opener. Just not ready for the contact play to come in with a number of players. vicu starts to fire off this AWP now. Tech9 going crazy in towards second mid. Zaz will find Angelka, but Hanka, now she's going to hold dub. Try and take some space. However, that spray is a little bit laboured. Kyossa on the Tech9 finds another.
Yeah, NAVI maybe getting a little overeager, feeling like they could just push down knowing that they're up against the Eco. And now you've just spotted 2 players in Banana. You can make something of this. Flashbang over. Pretty good. Kyossa's shot great as well, but Liina, she's been phenomenal. Still recoverable. M4 in the hands of Zaz, but vicu is repositioned. Smoked off though. Has a decision to make here, and oh yeah, decides not to force the issue. It's going to allow this bomb to come through and get planted.
Issue is there's no utility here for G2, and there's plenty of it on vicu. Liina about to group up together. Zaz, this angle is so pre-fireable. vicu's probably looking at it straight away, but it doesn't matter. Eviscerates the head off the shoulders. Now Liina thrown into a difficult one. She's good, but she needs to be great. The swing up top, but not down low. Zaz with the transfer earns G2 their first round. That's all off the back of the half buy.
Yeah, it's a steal. That round, yeah, you better call a timeout off the back of that one, because that's just getting a little bit aggressive needlessly, particularly against pistols, right? Continuing to force the issue. Hanka accelerating after she gets that initial trade and just wanting to try and almost end it there. But she gets overwhelmed, gets a little bit caught between 2 players, and it all spirals out of control. One of those rounds where as soon as you know it's just kind of the Tech9s after you've gone for that initial 1-for-1, you can just sit back. Play 2 players aside. You're not really under any threat against Tech9s.
It's where you're 6-0 up as well, and you think, oh, okay, it's fine. It's just Tech9s. I like that, though. It's the immediate timeout after losing. Extra utility on the floor about to be picked up, presumably by Hanka. Well, no, in fact, just probably left on the floor for the B players to come and collect in spawn. Yeah, you see the drop off. Aids up Banana, about to be deployed in a sec, but look at this. Liina with the flashbang just goes straight through. It's still aggression, but it actually favors G2 OYA.
Yeah, vicu also got caught. She was peeking through boiler with the AWP. Not a fight you'd expect to see her fall to. Hanka has a lot of responsibilities as 2 G2 players are actually holding for aggression. So I think they're kind of getting an idea of how NAVI likes to play these play disadvantaged positions where they want to do some information gathering.
It's a good decision just to have hankering towards Boiler. Because at least you guarantee that no one is in apps. Great angle. But again, Zaz is just so clinical. 4 versus 2. Everyone should be grouping together here. You can't allow Angelika in. That's why kyossa is there. The quantity of players at G2, it is more than enough to get them over. And if you're Letty, you look at the money, you look at the prospect of 1 versus 3, and you think, nah, not today. Holding on to the M4 is the best option.
Yeah, but just to see exactly how vicu fell. I think she was on Boiler itself, and whether she just got sort of headshot angle peaked from the T side of stairs or whether it was through apartments itself, but either way, he fell. A great round, and I got to say, I mean, we kind of praised her earlier from her performance last week, but Zaz in particular, you know, it felt like last season where she should just come back to the game after, you know, unlike her teammates who had also just come back to the game, they've been playing a different game actively. You know, at the highest level, they just won whatever that game's equivalent of the best thing is. And, you know, so they've been kind of in the zone, whereas Az was basically retired for, what, 9 months, 6-9 months. And it felt like it took a little bit for her to get into the server again, get back into the routine and playing at that highest level. But from what we're seeing already within this season, she's looking very good.
I think Zaz is also a systems player and relies a lot on structure. And that's something that G2 OYA were kind of identifying in that previous season. 2 rounds on the bounce is really good, but with the 6-round buffer NAVI Javelins had, it just means that they're still able to invest in for at least 1 more. Quite a pivotal round here, because if G2 OYA win this, suddenly they're closing that gap down by double.
You can see Navi playing super passive, just knowing the importance of this round. Don't want to give up anything early. None of that early aggression in towards apartments they've been showing in prior rounds, or even towards Banana. He's holding the slither gap. Is going to spot a player, at least the gun barrel. ramziiN is out there.
Surely you don't go aggressive through this smoke, Zaz. Don't do it yet. You're going to wait for the contact of your B players, and then you go late and you hit these rotations. It's a 4-on-2 currently in Banana. There isn't an incendiary either to offset. It's just the smoke. So G2 can pounce, and I think they're just going to run straight through. Liina on this angle could be incredible, though. That's the bomb dropped, but again, good trades. kyossa doubles down, and here comes Zaz.
A small thing. I think that smoke is a little bit too deep, to be honest. Zaz, although she's caught, though. Now you don't have to worry about the flank. You can just focus on this retake. Both players in the site. ramziiN, he's here with the ult, though. There's a kit on Hanker. She's going to come up and group with the others. Plenty of flames to flush out positions as well. Flashbang and smoke, they can isolate. Nice swing from kyossa, though. Oh my god, she's doubled up. She's on for the ace as well. Hanker might be the one to deliver it to her. The flames come forward, and kyossa strikes through. All 5 for her.
What a round from kyossa. And I really like that you're taking the proactive approach. A lot of people in that situation would have just tucked in and played that crossfire. And normally that's the thing to do. But when you're a player down, when you know that the time isn't really on your side with this bomb, you have to go for a play. You have to try and make something work. And they just line up. This spray is immaculate from kyossa. Gets flushed out by the flames. Doesn't even matter. Headshot range true. And it's the full house for kyossa. And that relegates NAVI Javelins all the way down into a pistol buy.
You can see why they picked up this player. Young talent to be developed under some of the greatest to touch the game. Beautiful stuff. And, oh, nice opening for Giuliano. What's she doing with the ult?
Probably have the spawn for Banana. Let's be open. and that's G2. Just about to roll out the red carpet and get a 4th round for themselves. Very streaky game in this first half. Very much, no one can really get back into the game with 1 round here or there. It's always been very streaky, and I'll be interested to see if that is just a theme we're going to get, not only throughout this map, but throughout this series. Or is anyone going to upset each other?
I was worried when it was 6-0. You know, it was such a solid 6-0 too. Like, none of the rounds really felt particularly close. And all starts to tumble away. Got a little cocky. Round number 7. Now you've given up 4 consecutive. See if they can nab an AK off Kyossa. She's diligent. Suspects their antics, and okay, Hunger is able to find her, so an AK for her troubles.
I think now what's really interesting as well is you take a look at the setups NAVI Javelins were running, and they were very aggressive, even in these gun rounds, taking peeks down middle, fighting in banana with Liina and Letty. If NAVI Javelins is now going to reset and they're going to be a lot more passive, they're going to allow a lot more room for GT to work with in these rounds. And it's going to be up to G2 where they decide to go, how they decide to elect. I wouldn't mind NAVI Javelins maybe going for like a double apartment setup, the triple short setup as well over towards A, because you're still keeping it varied, but then you're still not also giving over that control instantly for free. However, this is going to be aggressive. vicu up and over on the boost. Surely should have had that shot. Instead, it's Giuliano to open things up yet again.
It's a tough one to pick up on, though, just because there's so many angles you kind of have to be ready to fight on. Yes, you have the moment of surprise as you pop up, that element, but it can be difficult to adjust quickly. So many T's were in banana. Giuliano hits the cracking shot. Another opener for G2.
This is good mid-rounding as well, because you've taken space just beyond the car. You're now up towards the half-wall, especially with the mollies. You've got control in towards the apartments, and now you're taking top brackets. Zaz on the swing. This could be a little bit scary. Angelka has walked beyond that smoke as well at long to help out Hanker.
Teasing her. ramziiN, though, holds strong, isn't baited. Does give Hanker a kill. Get the info that Zaz was there, and she's getting run down every single direction. Kyossa's ready. ramziiN just charges through with the Tech 9. None of the rifles needed. That's it. You win those 2 fights. That's the bomb down in the round 1.
Yeah, I think Zaz just anticipated Banana to be clear after that. Sorry, not Banana, top brackets to be clear after ramziiN hits the shot on towards long. But no, there was a second player there, but gets overwhelmed. Again, by sheer numbers. 5 in a row for G2. Really establishing themselves on the server in this T half. And everyone is contributing as well. Giuliano gets the opening in that round. ramziiN with 2 important contributions. Very solid round of Counter-Strike from everyone involved.
Things you'll love to see. All right, I'm excited. I'm really excited. Putting NAVI to the test. Ooh. No team has beat them within the ESL Impact kind of online leagues, the European circuit. Granted, they've never been in the same group as Team Galaxy. But,
yeah,
you know, that aside, no one else has beat them.
That's just details.
Do you remember what their name was before they were NAVI, Brendan?
Yes, Totune Negatuve.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah, I can't speak Polish. But that's right?
That is right, yeah.
Because that's the harder one, because Big Keeper were just a keeper. That's I can remember
that
that
was
one.
easy.
Yeah. That pause was not only the second one for NAVI Javelins, but it's also just to kind of talk about the finances, how you want to distribute your wealth. Liina looking to gather a lot more control. And G2 go, do you know what? If you want to take that, absolutely fine, because we want to go for a quicker play. Wrapping over towards B. They might even just go around the whole way. I'm not sure how vicu got spotted there, but she just gets spammed out. Smoke on towards the arches. Zaz is round the corner, and now Hanka's under pressure.
Yeah, I wonder if that was just the start to spam, and then you just catch the player. But now Hanka needs to hold strong. She's found kyossa. Zaz is in towards library. Checks out Angelica. With Hanka falling, you've lost A again. This is brilliant. What a call as well. That pace, knowing that Navi are feeling a bit tentative, you just put the pressure on. Zaz explodes into the round.
It's also tentative, but it's also the fact they're taking 30 seconds, and you know that given the money situation, given that players have saved, they can scrape together a buy. So if you do something with pace, it's more likely to catch them off guard. And what I thought was really interesting is that Zaz actually pushes beyond the smoke she threw, has gone in towards library, is still creating distractions, not only for the long players, but Hanka in towards mini pit. And this hunt also is so essential. Every kill found here is even more damage into this NAVI Javelins economy. We're all tied up.
Yeah, actually, finding that one player at the end is kind of devastating. I think it is just about going to allow full buy for everybody, but it's lacking.
Need to start varying the setups here if you're Navi. We've seen 3B, sure, but okay, this one is triple short. If you're so aggressed in towards triple short here, though, not only do you leave long open, but the players over towards top banana, you're probably less incentivized to go and fight for it. This is a really interesting decision. You've taken half wall, you've dropped a smoke. Okay, no, Letty's just going to pick up more utility. I was going to say, that gamble was wild if that was actually going to be the case. Instead, the flash is going to be primed and Liina's going to go round the corner.
One at the half wall. Information gathered, falls back. Zaz loves to spoil the position. Ooh.
It's a good flash.
This flashbang should fully blind Hanker if they do go for it. But then you do have vicu ready to activate. Juliano He just gets the dry peek onto Letty. And now we get to see this flashbang set up. ramziiN pulls back the trigger, throws it out. Zaz swings on through. A little bit too early.
Yeah, kyossa was throwing one as well. I think the timings were just a little bit off there. The commitment still in towards B, though. It works out. Sure, Hanka finds kyossa, but the bomb can make its way over. 3 versus 2, this is the best look that NAVI Javelins have had in a round in a while.
Yeah, we've seen these post plants come out here for G2. No kyossa this time around. ramziiN still has that ult. Flames to go forward as well. No kit. Keep that in mind. Might be one on the ground somewhere, but Krasi taking the fight on forward, loses it out. Has to be ramziiN, and she swings out and is dealt with by vicu. A successful retake coming on through, and AWP the reward.
Yeah, great flashbangs in towards that retake. The one that goes over coffins, it sets the team up, and Krasi full blind. If she'd fallen back in towards dark, she would have been clogging up ramziiN's kind of line of fire and spacing, so had to fall forwards. But it makes a massive sound cue, and unfortunately still lost in the source with that flashbang. I like the idea, though, in this round for G2, because it's contact play over towards B, and then you got the utility over towards A. So you're having a double prong of attack. You're creating an even blanket of pressure across these 2 bomb sites, and you're trying to anchor rotations in, which is what enabled G2 to get over towards B in the first place. But NAVI, they show their skill.
Ooh, traces. Krasi cops the dink. Juliano shins. A bit of flack from the HE.
and it all just kind of goes a little bit silent. Another deep smoke in towards the bottom of Banana. Means that G2 are going to scale apartments instead and take back this control. And NAVI, again, where they're being proactive on one side of the map, they remain passive on the other, which does give space over to G2, but it almost forces them into this triple setup on A because they don't have any intel what's going on Banana.
We're going to reestablish the Banana control now. Smoke thrown out to long, just to keep NAVI guessing. Saz might start to lurk on out at some stage, but the hit is going to be coming over here. Time actually is going to catch up on them now. They have to go fast. 20 seconds left. Smoke comes on forward. The flames, ramziiN just charges on in. Almost transfers to the smoke there. You start to believe it, but it's Liina that wins that one out. But ramziiN's lurk, how does she not get that? vicu steals one away, but the bomb's planted and kyossa getting one through the smoke is massive. A flashbang over. They want to keep on fighting. The smoke phase and vicu plucks Krassi, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, if Zaz found that kill on towards vicu, the round would have been a completely different story. But unfortunately, not the case.
Bomb has been defused.
Put the bomb down again. That is a consistent theme. Back-to-back retakes, though, for the Javelins. There's still more than enough money to buy in this first half here for G2. 8-7, 9-6, I think regardless of the scoreline come the end of the 15th, you take a look at this T side and you think, well recovered. The fact you've been able to build back into the game after being 6-0 down is very commendable.
Yeah, absolutely. A 7th would be icing on top. I can't believe vicu got that kill on Zaz. ramziiN, her up's the one that opens up this one. That's hankering towards mid, caught fishing for information. And NAVI feel they put a bit more pressure on over towards Banana. Liina gets quite active. This is a scary position to be in, as is this one for both parties. vicu striking fast. And now Liina, she's under pressure, steps up with a kill. Can't be traded either. She's able to get back. That's enough. Drop a smoke. She's done her job.
Smart as well, and Joker's going to catch Zaz on this lurk. Zaz has always been lurking. Has always been the feature piece. And is there a way in which she didn't get spotted there? Surely not. Yeah, Letty's looking at CT. They know that gap has been hit. At some point, Angelika can even go and deal with this in CT or push Banana herself.
Yeah, I think she's going to go deal with it. So I don't know the Banana presence, but this does get a little bit scary for the two players on the side. They know that Zaz is coming and Angelika spots her out, but she's already crossed. Thankfully, Letty finds Giuliano. ramziiN does trade her, but you still got Liina back at the site. Smoke lands on through, and yeah, you're not expecting her. Drops the bomb and leaves it onto Zaz. She's been fantastic so far, but a 1 versus 3 required from her now. Can't get the first. A 9-6 half. NAVI recovering at the tail end.
All your trouble and pour me a glass of them bubbles. If I want it. You only live once, but that's all I need. So keep it flowing and I'll buzz just like a bee. mistakes and you only live once before you turn to dust. I'm feeling fabulous. We're gonna misbehave. Oh, bring the champagne. Oh, that's how we celebrate. Pour me some bubbles. Pour me some. Pour me some. Pour me some. Forget your troubles. Pour me some. Pour me some. Yeah, pour me some. Pour me some bubbles. Pour me some. Pour me some. Pour me some. Forget your troubles. Pour me some. Pour me some. Yeah, pour me some. And do it on the double, baby. Give me them bubbles, yeah. Sipping on them bubbles. Sipping on them bubbles. Sipping on them bubbles, yeah. Sipping on them bubbles, sipping on them bubbles, sipping on them bubbles, yeah. Forget all your troubles, forget all your troubles, forget all your troubles.
Solid structure and a collection of rounds for G2 in the middle portion of that first half. Saw them gather 6, but it's NAVI Javelins who are looking strong throughout. And they take the lead 9-6. But now move over to the T side of Inferno.
Yeah, I mean, the 6 they got more than it looked like they were going to get when we were 6-0 up. So, not the worst case to be in. Just around wood. Pretty nice for G2. Saz looking for a fight, but it's Liina that wins out first. Kyossa, though, and Saz both double up. ramziiN chiming in as well. And it's a littering of yellow crosses in towards mid. Letty gonna charge down towards B, and she can get past Krasik here. She can maybe plant the bomb, but reinforcements are on their way. And yeah, if she runs forward here, there's no chance.
That's a wild pistol round from G2. Because you got the initial contact from second middle. It was Kyossa that jump spotted, saw one player, and that made the decision, okay, everyone is going to swing in towards mid. I mean, it works, but that is very unorthodox.
No bomb plant. Means Nico. And a player that I guess maybe it's a good time to talk about that I'm interested in keeping an eye on throughout this series is Angelica.
Yeah.
We look at her as one of the strongest riflers in the entire scene. She's often up there alongside vicu, doing a lot of the hard work. And she wasn't one of the big rated players last week, but you know, when it's a bit of a stomp, it's not really much to read into. So here against tougher competition, that's where I'm interested to see kind of where her form's at the moment.
I think Angelica's strengths really lie in maps like Anubis, Nuke, Ancient. Like kind of those unpredictable maps where also you get a lot more freedom on the T side. You get a lot more flexibility in where you want to go and dictate the pace and find these opening kills. So like that, those style of maps really lend and go hand in hand with Angelica's play style. I think Inferno is going to be a little bit more of a team effort here. Another smoke goes down. So a lot of utility really being dropped here by G2. Run boost is going to come over. That's going to be pretty exciting. It does get deployed. Here we go. Oh, doesn't really work. But the MP9s will get all those kills. $600 a pop. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, the timing on the flashbang kind of negated the boost as well. Pops just as they jump through the smoke. Straight out of gray and into white. Like emerging from a cloud above like the cloud line and just getting blinded by the sun. You ever do that? When you fly IRL? Like a bird. You're a bird, I'm a bird. Y'all that?
Yeah.
Flying down banana.
Yeah, it's soaring on top of the logs and getting rid of one. Instantaneous trade. This is a little bit more of a bonus for G2. Still with the SMGs. NAVI are able to convert this on their attempt. Now it's up to G2 to see if they can replicate. Only one player on banana defending. Krezi is already dropped. The incendiary But has got a spare one, and Giuliano's here as well. Just dropping over some more utility.
Yeah, they're utiled up right now. Liina's going fast though, accelerating through, catches Krasi as she's in rotation. And she's not slowing down. She's going to tear this map. Wants to find another kill. Getting herself in towards New Box. Will escape through there. Still firing towards Quad to worry about, but with bomb planted. And Hanka's locking down Banana, but Giuliano keeping the pressure on. All comes down to what Hanka can get done here. They're going to flash on over, and they line up for a moment. Almost to ramziiN has 1 HP. Means Giuliano has to do all the work, and vicu is on a quick flank to deal with her. Spotted up by Liina. vicu should just be able to lock this one in momentarily. If she's required, and she is, for those health points. Oh, this could still get scary, but no, should all be good. 1 HP, no chance.
Very good attempt though on the bonus play out of G2. The flashbang was a little bit awry on Banana, but that's because Hank is taking a very advanced position. And then there's a lot of kind of ring around the rosies in towards coffins at the tail end, but it's all fine. Everything's okay. It's probably a little bit more expensive than NAVI Javelins would have hoped for, though. Look what they're working with.
Yeah. The old Mac 30. It's 3 of them. Ooh, but it's the big Mac from Letty. Makes a bite out of Krasi. Ain't no fries to that.
Giuliano, this is very aggressive. I'm not sure I like it, but the flashbang does help. Kyossa's still here on the off angle, but no safe fallback is the issue, but it might not even matter. Still does the damage. Liina walking wounded, and Kyossa drops the smoke and gets out of there. That's so vital as well, because that keeps the A players on A, at least for now. Look, Zaz has started her rotation. NAVI resetting towards A, and it is just ramziiN on an MP9 here to defend.
Yeah, Zaz kind of playing a best of both worlds scenario where she can cover off long and rotate quickly to either side, but does mean that she is removed from the equation, unless they come to her, in which case she's right in the middle of the equation. And there she is, subtracting a player. Liina removed. vicu, oof, stones her. Now it is ramziiN with that MP9. Knows where both these players are coming from, has to pick her fights carefully. Hanka's leg smoke actually goes a little bit awry, and ramziiN, here's vicu, drops her, turns around, but can't quite connect. It's given Kyossa a chance now in the clutch. Hanka's gonna plant it down. She does have a smoke, which she can drop off towards Moto momentarily. Might have a big gap on the side though, and Kyossa wants to use it, but Hanka, she just sits inside, tucks on through. Kyossa's wondering where's she gotten off to. Looking everywhere. There's a timing here. She can't have gone far. You've got to be wondering. Taps the bomb. Has a kit. Oh, beautiful from Kyossa. Reads it perfectly.
Yeah, you said the key sentence there. Couldn't have gone far. You have to know at some point, if Hanka hasn't taken this fight, well, there's no way she's gone towards short in that timing window. There's no shot whatsoever. So I like that. A little fake out on the bomb as well, and just locking in the kill. He also does really well here, especially to get that first kill and then just fall back on Banana, keeping Zaz in close proximity between both bomb sites. Very impressed. And G2 OYA keep on building here.
Gonna have upgraded pistols coming out for NAVI. So G2, good night. They could be able to equalize. So I got a tech, so we get to see all their lovely faces. We get to play who's got any exciting stuffed animals or real animals in the background. vicu with her fans. I like that Hanka's got pictures of herself.
Yeah.
And that cool thing on the wall.
I'm not sure what that is. I don't know what that's spelling out, but that's cool. T-set?
Yeah. And a fidget spinner. That's
Of
a
course.
perfect tool, I think, you know, when you're on a pause.
It's also fun to see, obviously pre-game, we have all the lights on when we're on the server. Some lights stay on, some come off as well. Like, I'm a lights on gamer. Hurts my eyes too much if I'm in the dark.
Yeah, look after your eyes.
Eat some carrots.
I love carrots. Carrots with hummus. Oh, what a tasty snack.
Production likes carrots too. Back in round 20. And we can kind of get a little bit silly and goofy with this, but G2 can't, because they have to try and stave off this pressure of an apartment's burst. They might be split in with short as well, which is pretty cool. It's a little bit of a remix on the original apps pop, and they're just going to go.
That's a cool smoke. Completely negates Zaz. Although she's just found another spot to play around it, so maybe it doesn't. Must have been that narrow angles. No longer that. Oh, another smoke. You thought you were going to pop out through apps? Not today, buddy.
I don't know what's going on with these nades as well. There's 3 nades that haven't been thrown for NAVI. The only thing I can think of is if they go through boiler and they all nade pit, but no one's there if that's the case. In fact, G2 are really turtling in around this bomb site. Here comes the flashbang. Let's see what the damage is going to be for NAVI.
Oh, Zaz just peeks on through. Good timing. Flashbang comes over and they're trying to overwhelm Angelica. There we go. Zaz, oh no, the knife out in the mix. Angelica's got a triple though, and look at Liina. Look at her position. Oh, jumping around like a rabbit herself, and it comes down to Angelica. Planting that bomb. Crassy's coming on through hot and fast. Has the kid, has the util, knows where Angelica is. The spot, the swing, and Angelica can't quite connect. It's another clutch coming through for G2, but for NAVI, with what they invested, that got so darn close.
And that's really expensive for G2. Said that they couldn't get silly and goofy with it. Had to play some very structured CS, and the setup was really good. The nades, as mentioned, did go in towards the pit, but no one was home to receive them. G2 were playing all around the bomb site, but the flashbang and then the Tech 9, and to be honest, just Angelica undoes absolutely everything in that defense. Sure, the buy can come out, but it's compromising. An MP9 back in Kyossa's hands. Zaz on a FAMAS.
Yeah, I feel like Angelica deserved that. You know, she did so much work with the Tech 9. 3 kills, and then I was like, that's the easy one with the M4. I've done all that hard work. Just gotta give it to her, you know? Bit of a gimme. But G2, not so free with their highlights.
Oh. Shot. Yeah, not really how CS works, unfortunately. You just go, oh, okay, go on. You did so well. Have it.
Did so well. Yeah.
Retake nades and banana. G2 still occupy this space, which forces the accelerator towards top brackets for NAVI. So it's a tug of war right now for this control. ramziiN walking forward here. I really like this because now she can get vicu and fall back quite safely. And now has got the support of kyossa and towards the pit.
Here she goes forward, defensive smoke, and yeah, you got ramziiN on the angle. Can't quite hit that shot, but kyossa doing her job. ramziiN can just play around these side boxes, take the fights that she wants. Even time for the reload. She's not feeling the pressure at all. Oh, maybe will now though. Giuliano drops. Still a while where they can make this one work. kyossa spotted. ramziiN caught in a couple of angles. Spots out Hanka. Nice headshot. Like a homing beacon is ramziiN this round, doing all the work. But he's going to barrage up banana. Going to get spotted any moment. Yeah, okay. Just tucked in towards barrels. The swing comes through. Sanky's that. G2 take the lead.
Yeah, very impressed with G2 again in that round. Well handled. The fact that you've got the utility being thrown down in particular by, I think it was kyossa in towards the pit, just dropping the incendiary because that isolates both of these NAVI players, allows ramziiN to go for a swing. The timing on the contact play gets rid of vicu in towards boiler for ramziiN. A really good showcase of how to be dynamic with the AWP in such close proximity on that bomb site. Timeout being called again for NAVI. Their third of the map.
Well, they almost made one of these pistol rounds work. You got to see this from ramziiN again. Beautiful sequence, just picking and choosing her fights. This one's great. Hanka's head just cracks back. All right. Just don't want to fall against these pistols. So how close it got last time. And Jock's got a PG-50 though this time. Surely can't do that same sort of damage.
No, it might be a similar round, just on a different timing delay. Although as I'm speaking about that, the bomb's actually making its way over towards B. In fact, everyone is gathering here for the Javelin, so it's just going to be a burst. Only one defender. Prezi has got a lot of responsibility on her shoulders to try and contend with this. And the rotation is pretty far away from Giuliano.
Yeah, this could actually work pretty well. Players come down, gonna drop the smoke, and she's just gonna chill out, waiting for the support to come on through. Her being alive does enough. As long as she can just stay here and just chill, keep them occupied, that's gonna allow her teammates to come on through. Although, as I say that, a couple of kills go the way of NAVI. Still 2 smokes they can redeploy as well, so put themselves the bomb down and a good chance here.
Yeah, there's a lot of utility, though, that can be deployed. These really aggressive smokes are very valuable to NAVI right now, but soon they go into fade. And there's more than enough time because there are a couple of kits. G2 OYA will start the trek. Kyossa will find Letty. Hanka, though, will also trade. And now it's all up to vicu. Good isolation of the fight, and I think she's done enough. Time very limited, and in fact doesn't even need the time to be a factor because the P250 headshot rings out on towards Zaz. NAVI Javelins, it's another pistol round, and this time it's a success story.
Yeah, G2 were just the wrong read. They had no information. I think giving NAVI a little bit too much respect. They should have a reasonable idea on where the economy was at. So, you know, having such a passive setup is hard to break through, but it means that if they pick the right side at the right time, overwhelmed, vicu gets a free upgrade to the ult. This buy, this could be pretty devastating if G2 do let this one slip, because I'll be on to an eco for the next, so you're looking at 13-11. A massive round for the CTs.
Yeah, the issue with losing that round if you're G2 is that you give the control of the economy over towards NAVI. Smokes being lined up. Again, a very slow, methodical approach from NAVI. Good molly. Kyossa's now going to have to fall back off this. It spreads in towards boiler as well. That's painful. And this is also the right final destination.
Krasi, though, is here with that M4. She's going to get boosted on up, so she has to get a lockdown from this position. Dodging utility. Letty, oh, half cleared. Liina full clears. And that should be that. Juliana is so low, a stray bullet will knock her flat. Even Banana's smoked off.
I feel like you've really got to save this if you're G2. You're on an eco anyway next round, but bringing forward an MP9 and a CZ with armor is way better than absolutely nothing. Kyossa, though, it feels like she's going to get hunted down. So how much can she find on the exit? Not a lot. So now it's up to Zaz, CZ in hand, hoping to dispatch of Hanker, and won't manage it. Nothing saved, nothing earned for G2.
Okay, I would have loved just like one rifle. Just to have something into this next round that you can try and enable with some flashbangs, but instead you're going to be working with diddly squat. vicu quietly creeping up the scoreboard. 21 for 12. And while we've got these pistoles, Brandon, we've got some updates on some matches that are going on.
Yeah.
As the other two EU games have wrapped up, or the first maps have. Nine Pandas Fearless took down Guild, 16-8 on the opener. And Leto Cook, 16-14 versus Shinigami. So that was a close one.
Shinigami really showing us that they can be competitive, but for Let Her Cook, that's a big victory. And I feel like for Let Her Cook, that's a best of 3 they kind of need to win if they want to kind of establish themselves in the group and pose a threat, because they look really competitive against G2.
Yeah, and considering what we're seeing from G2 against Navi, you know, I wasn't sure kind of where G2 was sitting. Yes, they looked good against Let Her Cook, and it was a very competitive affair, but this was always the true test, and despite about to be giving up a 2-round lead to Navi, they are still going toe-to-toe with one of the Titans. That's a bit of a bait to force him into the stack. That's kind of cool. USPs? No.
Oh.
As if Stars goes down there. That's crazy.
No armor. Hate to see it. This is the round. This is the round for G2 OYA. If they win, we're back on. NAVI Javelins win this. I think the game genuinely just ends 16-11. No AWP for ramziiN. Not all of the weaponry you would have hoped for as well for Zaz and for Cressy. But they have got the utility.
And they've got a nice bit of aggression. Krasi opens up. Liina's dropped. Trade isn't there. Utility goes on down. Double molly, but it doesn't matter. You're smoked off. Banana. G2's control established, and they had to get aggressive because Utah was a little bit lighter. Getting an opening kill. That feels good. Angelica desperate to find something bad. Almost caught ramziiN there. Good counter flash. Angelica, starting around the pillar, wins that fight out, but blown out of the server. And it's a 1-for-1 in towards top mid. G2 doing well to deal the blows back towards NAVI, who are such heavy hitters at finding these openers and capitalizing and just exploding out of nowhere.
That's so smart. There has to be another smoke dropped down banana, but just by throwing it in towards CT, that forces the last piece of utility out of G2. But if there isn't a smoke here, if there isn't an extra one for NAVI, then they're going to be crossing this very dangerous tightrope in towards the B bomb site. And have to be surgical with where they place their crosshairs.
Oh, that's such a nice angle. Yeah, both players went at their fights. I think Krusty was like in the far corner, so that the exposure comes from CT first, or just as you're kind of creeping out there. Pretty much impossible to get past out that smoke, as you mentioned. And so G2, you mentioned that was the must-win round. They win it pretty nicely as well. Especially when you saw Navi trying to force those engagements where it could have got really scary if either Angelica wins that fight into ramziiN without getting traded, or fight out towards long doesn't go their way.
Oh, Cressy in the smoke with Liina. Oh, Liina spreads. Surely you spam that. No. Even more diligent from Cressy. This is scary though, because on the fade, Lina's going to be there. Letty waits patiently. Cressy's got the lineup, maybe, but not quite. Giuliano steps in. Will hit that trade, and now ramziiN on the angle. They all line up in this round for NAVI, but they're still finding the kills anyway.
Limping into the round though. 3R low. Still a player advantage. Oh, Giuliano.
Don't peek this.
She peeked it, but it was on the timing. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. This goes one of two ways. And well, it goes to Giuliano, winning it out. Oh, she doesn't stop. It looked risky, but she might have done enough. Rotations are coming, and she's taking names. The USP out this time. Single-handedly taking this round for G2. Hanker has a 1 versus 3 on her hands. No, she has this fight isolated, but Giuliano, she's not missing a beat. 13-13, G2 are not done.
And that is the last thing you expect if you're NAVI Javelins. For Giuliano just to be there, hitting the spray down, swapping to the USP, still fighting, even gets out of dodge, and then finds the final kill. There's your experience. Was that an ace?
Yeah, because she got the opening banana as well.
Okay. I thought that was just the 4K. No, that's an ace. Wow, okay.
That's 2 aces from G2. Inferno Merchants.
I cannot believe she hits that drive-by.
Nico who?
And now the shoe's on the other foot, Lucy, because there's been no bomb plants in a couple of rounds here for Na'Vi, which means they're going to have to Tech 9, which they've been very good at, to be fair, very proficient on these pistols. But if they lose this, then it'll be that buy with the guns. But bomb plants need to come in. Otherwise, G2 are going to win the game out. Oh, oof. Okay.
Sit down. Anka forces Zaz to watch on. ramziiN's now feeling she has to take a fight at all. The Desert Eagles. Not like this. Not like this. Oh, it's another one hitting the deck. Patience and pistols is all Na'Vi need. And a spear through the heart of G2. Giuliano and Krasi. They're kind of interested in fighting this, but you need these guns into the next round. I don't think you're going to have them. No way. No how.
For all of G2's praises I've been singing about their structure, that is a really sloppy round. There's no need. There is no need to peak those angles. You've given Na'Vi 3 1v1s. Zaz, you can kind of excuse it, because it was just dropping utility in towards the balcony. ramziiN on the peak in towards top middle, unnecessary. The follow-up on towards short, not required. But that is devastating from NAVI Javelins.
G2 are forced. They're not playing fruity. Zaz with the M4 needs to be a hero. Oh, all right. Pistols work both ways. We get some deaglers in the server. Rifle can't be picked up, but Giuliano immediately rotates over towards A.
Good lean. This is very clever. All you need to do if you're G2 is just play this one so passive. This long fight doesn't need to come in because you can put people on the angle, wide swing. All right, fair enough. I hold my hands up. I don't know anything about this game. Giuliano just fights the AWP with a deagle and wins it.
I feel like I said Nico who too soon. She's fast. Over towards B. Kyossa now steps in towards library. Oh, if you peek this, there are a whole lot of folks on the other side. Smoke instead. She might be able to catch a timing here. Zaz has found Letty. Oh, and another. Hanker's alone. And somehow, despite getting demolished the round prior to pistols, G2, they turn the tables. Giuliano, 2 absolutely smashing headshots. Delightful deagle work from her. Sets up G2 for 14-14.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe we've had NAVI Javelins who have had 3 half-buy investment rounds. 2 of them has resulted in success. 1 of them came down to a 1 versus 1. And then G2, who have looked actually really flat. on these 4 spies. Juliana just goes, no, hold on a second. We are not giving up. We're not giving in. We're never surrendering. 14-14. And this is only map 1.
This is delivering. This gets me excited. A contender against a team that has never been toppled. 3 AKs for CTs as well. They'll be loving that. Liina's going fast. Peeks on through, gets information. If you two win this, NAVI will be on the rocks for the final round. Flashbang is there. 1 for 1 though. Krasi was caught out, but Giuliano quick on the trade, and she's not done. She's never done. Angelica though makes sure she can't do any further damage. Player advantage for NAVI. They continue to scale. There is this fast rotation. Kyossa, is she known? Oh, the aggression. Angelica was able to adjust. She was ready for it. I thought she was going to go for the bomb plan. I thought a Kyossa was going to get a double then and end the round, but no. It's NAVI finding themselves map point.
I cannot believe it again. NAVI Javelins, it's the swing that comes out there. And Angelica is ready for it. Very impressive. They're staving off all of this pressure. They elevate themselves to map point. And for G2 OYA, you can force in. It's going to be better than what it was previously. But now you're fighting for OT on your map pick.
Yeah, that's a bit of a misplay from Zaz to even get anywhere near that banana then. You would have loved to have that M4 into this round. Instead, you've got 3 Femis and MP9. Now we saw them do a lot more with a little less. Overtime required for G2. Oh, charge up. Zaz spotted under pressure. Alongside ramziiN, they step up. Letty gets one back. Kyossa arrives and Hanka's just charging on through. It's chaos. It's pace and she's thriving. Smoke forward. She's using this. Flashbang over. Dodges it. Ready for them to come around the corner. Nice bit of gap to use. Puts it back into the one-on-one. Kyossa's jumped to the side. That sound cue's been heard. Hanka's aware. Who finds who? Oh! Spotted her legs. And Hanka, 3 kills in this round, might have done all the work needed. Krasi has to clutch on up. Might be able to find Hanka here. Up a cold 0, catches her out. vicu in the apartments. Known entity. Spotted and tagged. Whoop, there's the MP9. vicu's got time to work with. Krasi gets herself an AK. Being active. Moving about. She's on the crawl out towards long currently. She might just go towards B.
Yeah, I think heard the drop down. She escapes.
Kitten
This
shot.
is quite dangerous. Yeah, because look, the thing is, Kresi will only get this sound cue as the bomb's planted. So vicu can take this after plant absolutely anywhere. Pressure's on now for Kresi.
And that second smoke picked up. You saw her drop one, right click, and pick the one up underneath her. Krasi has everything you could possibly want in this situation as a CT, though. She's arrived at a good time, has the kit, has the smoke, flash, molly, HE, every single piece of the toolkit. But what she doesn't have is time. Or vicu's position, and vicu hears the utility coming on through. Waiting for the timing to go for this spot, hits the shot, vicu locks it in, and NAVI take Inferno.
And what a way for them to take Inferno as well. I think it was the player disadvantage. 3 kills came in for G2 OYA, and yet NAVI Javelins are able to overcome the odds. A special shout out to Hanka there for making that even